I'm feeling curious, want to explore it, nothing too serious. Forget the world for a minute, before we know it, the future's the past. Seize the moment while we're in it, hold on to each other as long as it lasts. I don't care about forever, 'cause sometimes forever is over so fast. Hush, hush, baby, come in here with me. I want for you to go. No need to worry, there is no hurry to stay. We'll take it slow. This feeling's too intense, we can't ignore it.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here, joined by the great Shaquille O'Neal and the equally great Kenny the Jet Smith. In this game, we'll see the Charlotte Hornets going up against the Brooklyn Nets at Barclays Center. Looking at the Nets, with a record of 3-7 over their last 10 games, they have been struggling. Wins hard to come by. We'll see if they can grab one tonight. Really powering through this last leg of the season, Shaq, this late in the game, are there any final adjustments that the top teams can make before the playoffs start?
Yeah, you got to polish up your rotations. And if the guys absolutely need rest, give it to them, Ernie. Take a nap like this.
Take a nap.
He's really sleeping.
I see.
He's really sleeping.
As long as he doesn't snore, he
is really legitimately sleeping.
It's amazing.
He mentioned it, fell asleep, just like that.
He's got, everyone has a different mental state, as Shaq just showed. And for the playoffs, you have to have a really good one. And there's a lot of sleeper teams in the playoffs still left. And I have a sleeping bunch here. Back to you, Kevin. I'm kind of tired, too.
Tell him sit down. Be humble. 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 Sit down.
And you've got it on 2K Sports for Wednesday night action in the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Well, it was the Charlotte Hornets in their last game, losing to the 76ers in Philadelphia.
Well, listen, I've seen worse performances offensively, but no doubt that group is inconsistent.
They would look like they had to figure it out and take a couple bad shots and be right back to where they started.
And here in the final leg of the season, Chris, you can just see how hard these teams are pushing and how the season has taken its toll. I think it's very evident.
That's what you have to like about sports, is that at the end of the year, whoever wins that championship, they deserve it because everybody's going to be banged up. Everybody's going to have their little dings and be, kind of hurt. No one is going to be 100% at the end of the season. And so right now, we're watching them definitely grind it out.
So you always have respect for the champion because you know just what they've had to go through. No season is perfect and no team is perfect.
Yes, I always have respect for the champions. Think of all the things we talked about, those 7-game road trips, how many is 82 games during the season, the fact that players get injured, the fact that players get traded. There's so much that goes on at the end of the year that whoever is left standing had to go through so much. You have to respect the business.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. Setting the floor for the Hornets, MKG and Williams are the forwards. Walker and Batum teaming up in the backcourt, and it's Howard in at the 5 down low. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist making his last shot. Grab with the ball. And Batum picks him up defensively. Shot clock at 6. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. Now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Kenny Atkinson.
Thanks, Kevin. He talked about the challenge tonight defensively and going up against a team that can really execute. He said those guys make the most of every possession. They cut to the basket, move the ball well. We have to make them take difficult, contested shots to give ourselves the best chance to win. We know how hard that is to accomplish, Kevin. Back to you.
Great job, David. So they know how dangerous this team can be if they get on a roll.
And that means contesting every single shot. It's going to take a lot of effort on D, but they can't give up those easy baskets.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see any type of adjustments as well, because with the type of effort they're going to exert, they're going to need to keep some fresh legs out there. They may have to go deeper into their bench than usual to make sure they don't get run down.
3 shots.
That's good from Crab. And the Nets adding their own G League affiliate, the Long Island Nets.
Yeah, and the Nets franchise originally, remember, based in Long Island. So nice to have that homecoming. And of course, with young talent development so critical for this Nets organization, having that minor league team in close proximity, very valuable.
He hits the second from the line.
And Crab is known as a sniper. He's a consistent scorer. He shoots a great percentage from anywhere on the court.
And he nails the third. For so long, the Hornets have been one of the most disciplined teams, Greg, in the NBA.
Yeah, you look at how this team takes care of the ball, and from the first guy to the last, it says something about how much pride they take in that. Minimizing turnovers goes a long way in terms of winning games. It's been a part of the basketball culture with the Hornets for quite some time.
When Marvin Williams came into the NBA out of North Carolina, the world was expecting a lot out of him, mostly because of where he was drafted, which was number 2 overall back in 2015. He hasn't lived up, Chris, to those draft position numbers, but he has been a solid contributor his entire career.
Well, it's not his fault the GM picked him that high, so I don't know. I think most players knew what his potential was. I just think that was a mistake of the GM. But for Marvin, it took some time, but he's grown into playing the power forward position. He came in as a 3, believe it or not, so I always thought he was at a disadvantage. He's always been able to shoot and stretch the floor from that spot, but now if he had played the 4, coming in and stretch out bigger guys, I think that would have been more advantageous for his game.
And both free throws good for Williams.
At this point in his career, Williams knows his role. He doesn't play outside of himself. You love that about him. He focuses on playing within the system.
And they double up Russell. Hollis Jefferson passes to Russell. Knocked away. He gets that one.
Oh, tough effort right there on the glass. Those second chance points can pay off in a big way.
Williams' shot is off.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
There's the pass to Kira. The 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Last time they met was in Charlotte.
And their last time playing this club, foul trouble became a big problem for them. Their starters had to take an early stint on the bench.
Well, you want to be in attack mode, but you also have to gauge how the referees are calling it. They needed to pull back, adjust, but they didn't.
The Hornets have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Here's Williams. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. And it's 6 points for Williams.
Wonderful concentration from the agile Williams. He's terrific at getting whatever shot he wants down low.
It's Hollis Jefferson, top of the key. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
Williams gets the bucket.
Oh, he's shooting a fantastic mark from the field to begin this one.
Brooklyn trailing. Russell with it. 14 points from him the last game against Memphis.
And he also positioned himself well to protect the rim, swatting a couple of shots, making his presence felt on that end.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence. They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Now, here is Russell. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. Lets it go from 11, and he didn't get quite enough under that one. And here's the fast break. Walker leading the way, and Kid Gilchrist throws it down.
And Walker strikes a nice balance between scoring and finding his teammates. That time for a wide open bucket.
Here's Russell. Over to the left wing. Crabbe from long range. And the three ball is good. Crabbe's got 6.
Oh, a good open look, and he sprays it home from 3. Yeah, I mean, he's been orchestrating all game at a high level.
And you see defensively, when they try to patch something up, he exploits a different weakness.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Kid Gilchrist. That's his first foul. Russell against Walker. Russell kicks to Crabbe. That's working now with a new shot clock.
Look at the hard-nosed defense. I mean, Howard just makes an effort to contest every shot he can.
And it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating. Allen with the rebound. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Crabbe dishes to Allen. Another shot. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Crabbe is aggressive on offense. He welcomes going into contact on his way up.
And a key part of Allen Crabbe's development is growth as a defender.
And a 6'11" wingspan. I mean, he's had to work to get stronger. Now with his shooting, he's a player who can contribute offensively and defensively.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one.
When you watch the Hornets play, it seems like they play with a chip on their shoulder. I mean that in a good way. They play like they have something to prove. They have a very self-driven team.
Both free throws good from Crabbe. Just as you said, win or lose, you know that this Hornet team is going to battle you for all 4 quarters. They don't give up.
Well, a lot of that camaraderie has developed on this roster because of that. They know they don't have superstars and big names, but it doesn't deter them. They know they have a small margin of error.
The Nets have gone 6 of 13 from the field, just under the 50% mark. Inside, Allen, and slam dunk by Allen.
An incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punk post.
Oh, that athletic.
Yeah.
Wow. Jumped out of the gym.
Man, this thing is just going back and forth tonight.
Each team is stepping up, rising to the challenge. Yet another lead shot.
Russell with it. He's picked up by Walker. And there's Howard. That's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got his 5th assist in this one. Nets trail by 4. To the middle. Allen, that's good. Allen's got 8.
His touch has been terrific this quarter. Most of what he puts up is going down.
That one drops for him.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Double by Howard. Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. Walker against Russell. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Dinwiddie's check in for Brooklyn. Here's Allen. An easy layup after coming off the pick. 10 points for him.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
Team ball. Great execution on offense. Everyone working together. You wish you could have that on every play.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Double by Howard. Dinwiddie kicks to Crabbe. Allen passes to Hollis Jefferson. They get a hand on it. Now here's Batum. Oh!
Goodness. Wow. Oh, Batum is a true showman, a sensational dunker when given the room to fly.
Nets trail by 6. Down low, there's Hollis Jefferson. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's the call. Brooklyn the foul.
And the quickness that Kidd-Gilchrist possesses is remarkable. Just driving to the rack and earning these calls with his long arms. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, a player that isn't known for his offense but makes up for it on D. Fantastic defender who can completely disrupt an assignment in a number of ways. Very quick and can stick to someone like glue.
Free throw drops for Kidd-Gilchrist. And with Kidd-Gilchrist, his defense is definitely his most important asset. Really, until his offense comes along, Chris, it's how he'll make his biggest impact on a team.
Well, that's perfectly fine for a player like MKG. He gives you defense and great rebounding on the wing, Kevin. He's active on both ends of the floor, and he brings the energy when he's in.
And Kidd-Gilchrist drops them both.
And in a short amount of time, Kidd-Gilchrist has established himself as one of the best perimeter defenders in the game. His long reach and tenacious athleticism really covers a lot of ground.
Knocks it loose, and the ball travels out of bounds. Last touch by Kidd-Gilchrist. Monks checked in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Here's Dinwiddie, still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Monk with a double team. Okafor with the ball. And Zeller picks him up defensively. Here's Dinwiddie. No good with the triple. Charlotte leading by 6. Monk dishes to Walker. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Walker's got his second basket of the night.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Harris passes to Hollis Jefferson. The feed to Dinwiddie. That one doesn't drop. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. Here's Lamb. And the lead now. Double digits on that bucket. Lamb's got his first points of the night.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
Yeah, fortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
Oh, but I like that they attacked those weaknesses. They made them pay for a lackluster effort.
And maybe not as highly touted as some other guards that went before him, but Malik Monk can be scary on the floor. He can get hot like no other, and once he's dialed in, the points just seem to flow. Walker, some numbers on him. Some nice work from him over the last 10 games. Averaging about 19 points, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. Solid numbers, the kind of production we expect. And frankly, I think he's got another level to take it to.
Yeah, think about this. He definitely has the skill set to put up even bigger numbers. It wouldn't be a surprise to see that in the coming days.
And stolen by Zeller. Kaminsky with the ball. Working on Okafor. That one falls. And Greg, as you said, Monk has that ability to take over with his shooting.
I mean, Monk looks to get going with his scoring at all times, and he's just got that shooter's mentality where all shots are good shots. That can be a positive and a negative, but I prefer he have that aggressive mentality when it comes to scoring the basketball.
It's good. And the Hornets lead by 14.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
To the middle, here's Okafor, plays it up and banks it in.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
And there's Zeller. That's good on the assist by Walker. Zeller's got 6 points.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Pass to LeVert. Harris, right side, over Monk. Rebounded by Lamb. Hornets leading by 14. A nice shot by Zeller. 8 points for him.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
Oh, okay, you've done your job so far, but the question is now, can they sustain this level of energy? There's still a lot of game to play.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Well, also a miscommunication on defense. No one rotates over. See ya.
The shot. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Man, low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
Sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined.
Harris with it. Now guarded by Monk. LeVert. Zeller grabs the board. And here's Charlotte. It's a 14-point game. And a wide-open look for Lamb. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
There's the dish to Dinwiddie. Picked by Okafor. To the left wing. Hollis Jefferson passes to Okafor. Clock at 6. And he converts the layup.
No issues on that one. Good work all around.
Hornets leading by 15. Here's Monk. Drops it in from 11 feet.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
There's a screen. Feeds it to Dinwiddie. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. A post-All-Star break look now at how the breakdown between three-pointers and other shots have been for Charlotte.
And clearly they haven't been shy about launching it from long range. That's the way the league has been going, and they are certainly embracing that trend.
2 shots.
And the first one drops. And the Hornets making a change here. Graham's checked in. That one misses.
Well, Cody Zeller isn't looking to impress anyone with this play, but he is a solid contributor on the floor. I mean, he runs the floor well. He's very good around the rim. Great efficiency on the touches close in that he does get.
And, Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
He's still looking to get into a groove this quarter.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Goes back up, and that's 2 points on the layup. Zeller's got 10 points.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Kicks it to Okafor. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. And it's 6 points for Jahlil Okafor. No good from Lamb. Here's LeVert. Misses with the tough leaning jump shot. Monk. That shot off the mark. And so it's Dwight Howard making highlights for the Charlotte Hornets. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Back to the action after this word. And before the game, we heard from Kemba Walker. He talked about his mentality when he steps out onto the floor.
Play free. Just play like you're playing street ball. Just have fun. Just play the game that you've been playing, forever.
Infectious enthusiasm to see it every time he steps on the floor. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And a comfortable margin for the Hornets here, guys.
I mean, an interesting first quarter. The pressure D seems to be causing a lot of turnover.
Well, that's what happens when you're aggressive on that end of the floor. They took a few chances and took control of the game.
We've got LeVert. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Jahlil Okafor. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 5. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession.
That's just a lack of communication. Two guys just not on the same page.
Hornets leading by 16. And there's Zeller. That's good on the assist from Jeremy Lamb. 12 points for Cody Zeller.
He's been in control here tonight, helping them get in front with his work from the field.
Okafor in the post. He's against Zeller. No good on the 3. Count that as his 7th field goal in 10 tries. He's shooting a very good 70%.
The versatility to play in the high post as well as alongside the baseline. Zeller does have places to get his buckets, which have been piling up tonight.
And there's the call on Cody Zeller. That's his first foul. Some changes for Brooklyn. Damari Carroll comes in for Hollis Jefferson. And it's Russell in for Spencer Dinwiddie. Here's Russell. And they double up Russell. And there's the call on Cody Zeller. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Oh, he's not happy to pick up a second foul. This early in the game, he's got to be careful now.
Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. And stolen by Zeller.
Terrific defensive instincts on display there to get one of his big paws on the ball. Fantastic job.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
And how about the explosiveness he shows, going from the offensive to the defensive end in a blink.
That's tipped. Fast break now for Charlotte. Shot from the low block. Okafor grabs the miss. Okafor's got 4 rebounds in this game. And Stauskas has it in the corner. Screened by Russell. Okafor. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Okafor's got 8.
Oh, simple screen, but there was a defensive mix-up that left the man wide open.
Goes up the baseline. Brooklyn with the rebound. Okafor's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And Stauskas has it in the corner. Misses the 3.
Some very slack defending, playing with fire to leave him that open beyond the arc.
Lamb, good.
Standing just over 6'5" with a 6'11" wingspan. Yeah, Lamb can be a difficult guard to defend when he sneaks inside.
And they double up Russell. This is to Stauskas. Carroll with it. Now guarded by Kaminsky. There's the foul. That's on Jeremy Lamb. That is his first foul of the game. And Brooklyn making a change here. Allen's checked in. The Hornets also changing it up. Howard's checked in for Zeller. Kid Gilchrist comes in for Kaminsky. And it's Batum in for Monk. Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. And Chris, you've been working as an analyst now for quite some time. Do you feel that how you view and enjoy the game has changed as you've transitioned from being a player on the floor to the booth.
You know what? I've learned a lot, and I've learned to look at the game a different way, but I look at the game the same way. I think the onus is on the player to execute what the coach and the GM puts out there for you to do, for you not to become a one-dimensional player, for you to improve in the summertime. That's the only time you can improve. And when you don't come back and you don't improve, it's obvious that you have the same glaring weaknesses that you had the year before. Even if you're not on a team that can compete for a championship, you want to make sure that you compete for a championship, that you compete for an all-star, that you compete to have your name out there. And so a lot of times we'll watch some of those teams, and I love seeing that they compete or if they laid it down early in the season. So, no, I would say that really what gives me an advantage is that the way that I looked at the game, and hopefully, you know, that gives me a unique perspective when I'm out there trying to talk to other basketball heads like myself.
Deep two from Russell. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up. How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
The Hornets shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. Alan Crabb, he's checked in for Okafor. And a switcher also for Charlotte. Williams is checked in.
One shot.
And that one falls for Graham. One thing that I think many players and certainly many other coaches, Chris, in the NBA love about Steve Clifford is his brutal honesty. He will pull no punches with you.
Yeah, reporters just can't throw cliche phrases at him during the press conferences, or he'll just match them. The frankness he has with the media and players is one reason players like playing for him.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Guys, with the Hornets' length and mobility at the 2 through 4 positions, the team switches a lot defensively. Coach Steve Clifford said, you have to deal with mismatches at times, but it makes defense simpler. With those guys, they're all big enough, strong enough, and competitive enough that they're going to battle. Kevin?
And having that kind of versatility on defense is huge. D.A., thank you so much. Russell kicks to Carroll. That one rolling around and rims out. Hornets have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. And it's good for 2.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Allen with it, and it's Howard picking him up. Here's Carroll. Carroll controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Exceptional instincts on the offensive boards, and didn't try to slam it home. Tipping it in was all he needed.
And offensively, they've done a great job here of staying in rhythm.
Yeah, of the two teams, they're taking the more makeable shots. Let's see if they can sustain it throughout the game.
To the inside, here's Allen. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. That's on Marvin Williams.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. The Nets have shot 6 of 7 at the line.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
One shot.
Free throw, good, Allen. For Charlotte, they've gone 8 of 12 since the start of the second quarter. That's a really high percentage, hitting around 67%.
You love how Kid Gilchrist charges in, not going to be denied on the slam off the drive.
Russell dishes to Allen. Back to Russell. Here's Carroll. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got assist number 7 for him tonight.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Look, you can't defend down low much better than that. Refuses to give him an easy path to the bucket.
Crabb from long range. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Howard's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Batum attacking over Crabb. Up and in from the low block. Batum's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Crabbe in the corner. The three connects from three-point range.
Crabbe has a perfect shooting form. He's outstanding at getting his feet under him and then knocking down the long three ball.
Williams gets the bucket. Williams has got 14 points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Outside Carroll. Doesn't go that time. Now Charlotte takes it the other way.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let him fly. Down low, here's Williams. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. 16 points for him.
Well, Kevin Williams is great at getting to where he wants to shoot the ball. He looks comfortable from firing anywhere right now.
Timeout called, the Nets. Well, we always talk about how different eras of the NBA had different feels and how the game was called and how the game was played. Chris, what is the biggest change you have seen to the game since your era?
2 changes. One, you can't hand check, and that's really physical. That used to wear you down, take you out the game, and that stopped the freedom of movement. And that, along with playing the zone, where you can't just guard a guy and have to stay in your area. Those are 2 big changes because it really helped the offense. And so we want to see a lot of scoring, but today it's not easier to score because these guys have wonderful skill sets, but the game makes it easier to score because of the rules, because you can get to the line so many times. Because before a hand check, you couldn't get to the free throw line if a guy pushed you out of bounds almost because the game was expected to be physical.
Right.
Yeah, and the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Ooh, this is ugly. No question about it. And you wonder if these matchups aren't favoring them right now.
Walker's checked in for Charlotte. And we've got a moment to look at the rebounding trend over the last few months for Carroll.
In the last few months, the rebounding has sort of taken a bit of a dive for him, and a lot of factors could be the cause, but it's a trend that Coach would probably like to see him reverse.
To the paint. Williams with the steal. A fast break now for Charlotte. Batum leading the charge.
Did you see that speed from Batum, showing the real tenacity on defense to come up with the steal?
It's the Nets now. Next game for them, they'll take on the Raptors at Toronto. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. Sinks the triple. Crabbe's got 6 in the quarter.
He has 3 in the game and 2 in this quarter. He is really in a groove now.
It's stolen by Carroll. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Walker. Oh, and the jam by Williams.
And the size Williams has allows him to rise up for these type of dunks. A terrific athlete.
The Nets have gone 7 of 16, shooting just under 50% here in the second quarter. Russell passes to Carroll. Russell against Walker. Back to Carroll. 5 to shoot. The half-court bomb falls off target.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Williams. Poke loose. Net shooting 41% from the field here in the second. Crabbe in the corner. Outside Russell. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. The shot by Carroll, no good.
It's clear this just isn't his night. I mean, if they're going to keep him on the floor, I think his best role would be to be a decoy.
It's good. Batum's got 10 points.
I just love the aggressive attitude of Batum, especially how hard he hits the boards.
Russell kicks to Allen. There's Crabbe with the 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Batum attacking. Right block shot. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting 43% from the field. Crabbe with the ball. And it's Howard picking him up. Allen's shot is off.
That's just a quick move to the 10 and an even quicker reaction by the D to stop him.
A shot by Batum, no good. And here are the Nets. Russell from long range. Hands it from downtown. Russell's got his second basket.
And they may be leaning a little too heavily on the three-pointer when there are better looks to be had inside.
Oh, Walker is a confident player. Never bashful at going to work down inside.
Outside, Russell. Carroll dishes to Allen. There's Crabbe at the three, and the Nets another three.
He's one of the guys having a solid game for them, but as a whole, they've been lacking.
And Howard, here we go. And Howard with the stuff.
And you see Howard still with some of the signature explosiveness there. Powerful drive.
And here's Russell. He has 5. Carroll passes to Allen. Back to Carroll. Allen, a screen on Batum. Here's Russell. They get it back. Allen, that's good.
And look, he's been so dependable in this game, taking nothing but good shots.
Williams kicks to Howard. Excellent D there from Allen.
Yeah, good interior D there. Prevents the deuce.
Oh, wonderful anticipation. He reads the play perfectly, then with the quick reaction time.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And Chris, as your career progressed, your free throw shooting percentage jumped up about 20 points higher than when you started. That's not the case for a lot of players. Just how hard is it for a big man to improve their free throw shooting throughout their career?
Okay, that's probably one of the things I'm proudest of is that I have a record for going from worst to that best improvement, and I worked out hard. I had a shooting coach, Buzz. We worked out every summer. I would take him everywhere with me, Kev. I mean, I would take this guy to the club, to church, to a restaurant, to he'd have to wait outside the bathroom. Everywhere I went that summer, I wanted him, with me because you have to focus and concentrate on it. You think about it, you have to change not only your mental habits, your repetition, but your thought process. So step 1 is figuring out that shot. Step 2 is how many repetitions. Step 3 is can you get that in game time atmosphere, and you really can't unless you punish yourself in the summer with running. So if you have to do a suicide every one you miss, or it just was just so much work and intensity on it because you have to build up so much trust, because the reason why guys shoot bad free throws, they don't trust it. They shoot a different way every time. And it was fun becoming better at that, but, that's probably one of the toughest things I've ever done is get better at shooting free throws because the concentration and the time allowed it to try to improve.
Back to Harris. Fires from deep. The Hornets pull it in. Zeller's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Monk. Second shot opportunity. Shot by Zeller, no good. The Nets shooting 40% since the beginning of the second quarter. Here's Dinwiddie, guarded by Walker. To the paint, here's Allen. Rebounded by Kaminsky. Kaminsky's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And the dunk by Zeller.
Oh, that's because the big fella Zeller sprinted down the floor with his incredible speed. He's smart at knowing what routes to run in the open floor.
Dinwiddie passes to LeVert. They set the pick. To the middle, here's Allen. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
Oh, he took a terrific angle right there off the screen, something they work on every day in practice.
Monk with the ball. Harris is there. The shot's good from Monk.
And one of the more underrated elements of his game. This is a guy that's always in control. Love seeing him finish even with the contact.
Allen's shot is off. They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they've put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
He's trying to help him add to this lead, but he just can't find his touch.
Loose ball. Loose ball. Going the other way.
Okafor is checked in for the Nets. Charlotte has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Oh, offensive interference.
That's interference.
The net shooting 43% from the field. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Kaminsky. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Kaminsky's got his first basket of the night.
And when you can outscore your opponent in transition, that's always going to work to your advantage.
Yeah, but you have to control the pace. You have to keep it up, keep the tempo. That's how they built this lead.
And so it's Charlotte in complete command. Their lead at 28 points going into the break. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Dwight, what is the team's mental approach to the game tonight?
Just attack, make the defense help. And if they help, make the right pass. If they don't help, try to score.
We'll see if we can keep it going in the second half. Thanks, Dwight. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We're going to break down all the action from the first half. After the first 2 quarters of play, it's Charlotte in control. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what did you see from them?
They have run their offense straight out of a coach's textbook tonight. Both ball and player movement have been excellent. And the result of all that movement, almost all high-quality shots they're generating. It's pretty to watch. Very good fundamental basketball.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
They relied way too heavily on the three-point shot in the first half. Their long-range game was off. That's my off sound, Ernie. They were off. But they still settle for the outside shots. They got to put more pressure on the defense by pounding it inside and attacking the basket.
And we're just about ready for the start of the third quarter. Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll see you.
Welcome back as we get a beautiful aerial view of the Williamsburg Bridge connecting Manhattan and Brooklyn. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Here's Walker on the floor for Charlotte. Inside, Williams at the 4, Howard in the middle. Batum and Kid Gilchrist, the rangy wings. And it's Walker in at point. Here's Williams. Pass to Howard. From deep three-point range. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. Brooklyn with the ball. Here's Crabbe. Doesn't go that time. Walker with some nice D. Here's Williams. Here's Batum. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
And you can see now they're starting to push the tempo to good effect.
Well, one reason why Nick Batum is so valuable on the basketball floor is his ability to guard multiple positions. You hear that a lot with front court players, but Chris, he gives you that flexibility as a guard.
And his length is a big part of why he's able to do that. You always want a rangy guy you can put up on a shooter for the other team. Very often Batum plays that role because of his ability to bother shots and check a multitude of players. They haven't gotten their legs back. Just 1 for 4 to start the second half. Third straight miss to start the half. But it's still early. No need to panic.
From 13, here's Williams. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Williams has got 20 points.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And the pass to Crabbe. Batum against Carroll. Outside, Russell. Shot off the screen, and the shot goes in. Russell's got his third basket of the night right there.
And sliding inside, under control, Russell still just scratching the surface of his full potential. Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Hollis Jefferson can't hit.
They are a lousy 1 for 5 for the half. They need to find a way to get it going there.
Goes up on the block. Williams can't get it to go. Brooklyn's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And Marvin Williams picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Charlotte on D. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half.
And just showing great vision there. Russell surveys the floor and whips it to the open man. Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Allen with it, and it's Howard picking him up. Pass to Russell. Nets passing it around. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
The Nets have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
2 shots.
Last on the first.
The first free throw is good. And so he makes both from the line. For Charlotte, they've gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. And it's Williams throwing it down.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Now here's Crabbe, defended by Batum. Back to Crabbe. Russell against Walker. Russell kicks to Crabbe. And it's off from three-point range.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Out to the right wing. And it's Carroll in the corner. Kid Gilchrist comes with the double team, so it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. And here is the shot chart as we see how things are going for Batum.
And this is what happens when you are having a tremendous offensive game. They are getting great looks and knocking down shots all over the floor. I don't think we're going to see them deviate from this approach from here on out. They've got the recipe for success.
Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. And they double up Russell. Shot clock at 6. There's Hollis Jefferson. And the Nets miss again. For Charlotte, they've gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. Walker's shot is off. Brooklyn's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Pulls up. Another shot. And Allen with the layup. Allen's got 21 in the game.
I like to see them getting the ball down low and then getting a quality shot.
And Williams, here we go. And it's Williams throwing it down.
That's just finishing with sheer strength. Williams trying to take off the rim with that dunk.
The Nets shooting pretty terrible here in the third quarter at around 30%. Crabbe with the ball. And Batum picks him up defensively. Hollis Jefferson passes to Allen. And it's Carroll in the corner. Buries the long-range jumper. Carroll's got 7.
That's a good way to boost his three-point percentage. Take advantage of some soft defense.
And it's Williams with the jam.
That's the awareness that Kid Gilchrist has out there. Excellent at knowing where the open man is.
Russell against Walker. Here's Hollis Jefferson. 10 points for him. Grab dishes to Russell. And Marvin Williams picks up the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest. The Nets making a switch here. Stauskas is checked in. The Hornets also with a sub. Graham's checked in. And there's the feed to Carroll. Inside, Hollis Jefferson. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
And how about the unselfishness of Carroll? You know, he's not hunting shots, just making winning plays.
Howard's shot is good.
A player with this length and his touch from three-point range, I mean, that's just a great asset to have.
To the inside, here's Allen. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. And that's 23 points for Allen.
Hits the moving target with the lead pass. He made it look so easy.
Here's Kid Gilchrist, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And when you look at Kid Gilchrist, and he is certainly known for his ability to defend and attack the rim. He's a terrific athlete, and he uses that athleticism on both sides of the floor, and just the prototype when you look at that hybrid forward position.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
They throw good, Michael Kid Gilchrist. And you look at the size and game of Kid Gilchrist, he is the opposite of what most GMs look for in that 3 spot. But Greg, he makes it work.
Yeah, I mean, most teams want a tall 3 that can stretch the floor. Kid Gilchrist isn't that, but still gets playing time because he's effective when on the floor. If you play defense like he does, you're going to find a way to get on the floor.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the 3rd. Russell with it. He's picked up by Walker. Carroll, no one around him. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Here's Kid Gilchrist, and Kid Gilchrist throws it down.
Well, when Batum, Kevin, spots a wide-open teammate, he zips the rock to him quickly. Just exceptional vision.
It's Carroll on the wing. Takes the 3. Drops in the tray. Carroll's got 6 in the quarter.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Here's Batum. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. 16 points for Batum.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Stauskas kicks to Carroll. Here's Dinwiddie. And it's off from 3-point range. Batum attacking. A second chance effort. Carroll with the rebound. Carroll's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Dinwiddie. Nailed from 3-point land.
Yeah, they're relying on their 3-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
And Howard with the stuff.
You got to appreciate the scoring ability of Howard. A hulk of a player who knows how to get into a comfort zone.
And for Brooklyn, they're shooting 43% for the game. Russell kicks to Carroll. The 3. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Well, that's because they made a concerted effort to get the shooters involved. Now they've built up the confidence.
Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
1 shot.
Come on, man. The concentration that Batum has had on these and-1 plays is amazing. He's used to finishing through physical contact. Well, you rarely get to see a player like Batum who has such a dynamic game at the shooting guard spot. He's one of the best rebounders at his position and defenders. Terrific passer and a very unselfish player.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Okafor is checked in for Allen. Harris comes in for Nick Stauskas. And it's LeVert in for D'Angelo Russell.
1 shot.
And with Batum, he is one of the elite rebounding guards, no doubt. A large part of that is because of his height and length as a shooting guard.
Well, Batum is listed as 6'8", but he has a wingspan of a condor. I mean, his wingspan is reported at 7'4". Just an all-around great player who gives you so much when he's on the floor.
And a moment here to check out the numbers for Carroll. averaging 13 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
Well, yeah, lately he's been overachieving a little bit. Hopefully this is a sign of greater things to come. I like the shot selection on that one, despite the miss.
Here's LeVert. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Now here's Monk, the fast break chance. And the layup's good off the glass. Monk's got 6.
And how about Monk there? You better get in front of him when he's in attack mode. If you allow him to get to that launching pad, it is too little, too late.
Here's Okafor. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It goes on Cody Zeller. And you look at today's players, they have so many more ways to connect with their fans. But Chris, at times, do you think that creates added pressure for the players?
Every player has pressure. I don't know about added pressure, but I do think it's a different time with social media, and you can hear everyone's opinion. So I think that you need to focus more if you're an athlete, but I don't think it adds more pressure, because whether or not someone can type it or say it in your face or boo you at a game, you're going to hear those words.
Free throw good, Okafor. Both free throws good for Okafor.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And finished off by Kaminsky.
He doesn't have the big vertical or the long arms, but Kaminsky's sheer height makes him a threat to throw it down.
Dinwiddie passes to Okafor. Down low. The shot by Carroll, no good. Charlotte has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Graham with the bucket. Graham's got his second bucket tonight.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Yeah, talent in this league has it so that now pretty much every team can push the pace. You have to get back on defense. Look at this. I like this. Team basketball. Keeping the ball moving until they find the right shot.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Nets shooting around 48% so far in the third. It's Carroll on the wing. He dishes it to Okafor. That one wide left.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Look, he has a good feel for the painted area. Zeller, never in a rush, very deliberate with his moves.
Dinwiddie passes to LeVert. To the inside, Okafor. That's another one for him, his 5th in just 7 shots.
Once he gets open on the low block, it's just a matter of getting him the ball.
Monk's shot's good. Monk's got 8 points.
Anytime Monk gets room to shoot, especially inside, he's such a crafty guard who you want to see pulling the trigger from inside.
And Harris wide open. He shoots. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 6 assists in the game. The Hornets shooting and offensive execution has been beyond great there. 63% from the floor in this game.
He has great body control for a big man. Zeller takes the hit, but keeps on finishing.
The net shooting reasonably well, 45%. To the left side wing. Here's Okafor. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Okafor's got 6 points in the quarter. Okafor's gone 6 of 8, so shooting well at 75% here.
He just bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right here. Dinwiddie dishes to Carroll. To the middle. It's stolen by Monk. Kaminsky inside. Carroll covering. And Damari Carroll is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Now, here's Monk, guarded by Harris. The offensive rebound, Zeller. Excellent D there from Okafor.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Well, that takes physical ability, good timing, those two things that he possesses.
Three-pointer, and the basket by Kaminsky. He's got 7.
The sinister craftiness of Kaminsky. You think you got him covered, but he finds a way.
Here's Dinwiddie. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. Now here's Lamb. Defense is right there. Count that one.
Such a good in-between game. Lamb with the natural instincts for mid-range, plus the pure touch on the shot.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Dinwiddie kicks to Okafor. Pass to LeVert. Off target from three-point range. Charlotte has gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. Down low. And the basket by Kaminsky. Kaminsky's got 7 points for the quarter.
Such an advantage for Kaminsky. He can finish inside with either hand.
Dinwiddie passes to Harris. From deep. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. Right back after this break. And from a recent huddle, let's listen in on head coach Steve Clifford.
Good offense, right? We got back every time, and we're doing a good job down there. Everything's in front of us. We keep working together. Just stay with it. This is how we got to play. This is how we got to play. Let's go.
And happy with the efforts of his team on both ends. Steve Clifford just wants to see more of it.
And, you know, you can just see everyone trust each other out there. The energy is high, and that's when this group is at its best.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. We've got Whitehead. Jahlil Okafor is out there with Quincy Acey. Then there's Harris. And it's Cunningham in at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
And you just hate to give up those second chance points.
It can be discouraging, frustrating, but you only have yourselves to blame. Box out.
Harris inside the line. And it comes off the front of the rim. Hornets shooting and offensive execution has been beyond great there. 63% from the floor in this game. And he gets it to go.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring. And this one couldn't have been any easier.
I mean, I don't know whether to say it's amazing or it's sad, but you're down double digits and you still allow an uncontested layup. Where is the pride? Where is your heart?
And the pace of the NBA game has changed, becoming more strenuous. We've heard a growing chorus saying that the NBA regular season should be shortened, Chris, to allow more time for recovery.
No, the guys should do less in the summers. NBA has always been 82 games, and that's the season. Anything you do outside of the NBA does not concern the season. So if you're tired because you play on several teams or for your country, or the fact that you work out and you go to several camps, that's only your fault. You know how to get rest during the off season. So that's ridiculous to say that there won't be 82 games a year. That's ridiculous. How do you keep an historical continuity if we don't keep it that way? So I think guys need to take it upon themselves to find ways to get more rest in the summer.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Okafor dishes to Cunningham. Back to Okafor. Can't hit that one. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
That's being ready to take advantage. Quick pass beats the defense up court.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Over in the corner, AC. No good from outside. For Charlotte, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Over to the wing. From deep. Offensive rebound, Nets. And here's Harris from the arc. No good that time.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
They get it again. And the basket by Stone. Stone's got 4 this quarter.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Over in the corner, Cunningham. Hits it from three-point range.
Look, that's playing inside out, simply taking what the defense gives them.
Here's Bacon. Brooklyn with the rebound. Here is Cunningham. Launches a 3. And no good. The Hornets have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. And finished off by Kaminsky.
Ooh, just powered it down with both hands. You know he's not going to mess that one up.
Oh, no, not this fella. He is a superb finisher. Stripped it away. And finished off by Kaminsky.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
And how about the explosiveness he shows, going from the offensive to the defensive end in a blink.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers.
You love seeing the big man take it to the rack. Kaminsky is fantastic at breaking down the defense.
Here's AC. Kaminsky with the double team. It's stolen by Kaminsky. AC with the rebound. Here is Cunningham. Pass to Whitehead. Out to the wing. From the arc. Offensive rebound. Okafor. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
He lives for these type of battles on the boards. Doesn't matter which end of the floor it is, obviously.
And finished off by Kaminsky.
He's announcing his presence. Kaminsky was a prolific scorer in college. We're seeing it here tonight.
Here's Whitehead. Harris up top. Lets it fly. He feeds it to Okafor. Whitehead passes to Okafor. Nets passing it around. Whitehead's shot is off. The Hornets shooting it brilliantly here lately. 60% from the field. Okafor with the steal. Here is Cunningham. On the wing, Harris. The pass to Whitehead. Here's Okafor. And the shot falls short this time. Hornets shooting and offensive execution has been beyond great there. 63% from the floor in this game. Okafor with the steal. Here is Cunningham. And then Okafor slams it in.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
Oh, that's how you drive your point home right there. Here's Hernan Gomez. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
To the left side wing. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Kaminsky's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Bacon gets the bucket.
Moving it around. 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Brooklyn with the ball. Inside, Cunningham, and the layup falls.
Now that's where you like your shots to come from.
Here's Hernan Gomez. Tries again. The shot's good from Bacon.
And they've gotten very aggressive on the offensive glass here in the second half, getting a lot of second chance points.
Harris with it. Now guarded by Kaminsky. And now the fast break. Kaminsky with the ball. Passes to Hernan Gomez. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Chris, you look at the way the game is played now. We have seen some retired players say it is soft.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is soft when you look through their lens. That's true. But that's the way that the game is today. And so if you're a fan just coming to the game now, or, if this is the game you love, you accept it and you keep moving on. As long as the fans love it, as long as the players are having fun with it. But definitely, compared to the 80s, to the 90s, there's no doubt about it that the game is soft as far as physical play. But at the same time, look what it's produced. It has allowed players to show the beauty of an offensive jump shot, of an offensive move, and also made defenders get that much better because you have to move laterally and can't use your hands to guard.
The Nets making a switch here. Stauskas is checked in. Cody Zeller's checked in for Charlotte. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. Nets shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense. Got that one up quick. The Hornets shooting an offensive execution has been beyond great there. 63% from the floor in this game. And finished off by Graham.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. To the left side wing. Whitehead's shot is off. Here's Charlotte now. Hernan Gomez kicks to Stone. To the middle. Here's Graham. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And since they've come out of halftime, they've been extremely poised and very efficient.
And don't forget, very accurate. Taking shots within the floor of the offense. Not something that can be said for their opponent.
AC. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Chris, if you were on the rules committee, what rule change would you like to see the NBA make going forward?
Kevin, there's not a rule I'd necessarily have changed, but I'd ask them to kind of reinterpret a couple of rules, and that goes with the flagrant foul. I often see so many plays that are just hard fouls called as flagrant fouls, and that can affect not only a player and later on whether it's a flagrant 2, but it can affect the game. It can affect the next game by how it's interpreted by a player being kicked out because of that. And so I just want to take the sensitivity or put the toughness back into that. So many flagrant fouls are called and they're not going at the head or they're chopping down on the wrist. And I just like to see it get back to be interpreted as it was a little while ago, maybe 20, 25 years ago.
Charlotte making a switch here. Kaminsky's checked in. Both shots good from the stripe. And here's Charlotte. Here's Zeller. And the dunk by Zeller.
One of the more positive attributes of Zeller, the explosiveness to play above the rim on a regular basis.
The Nets shooting 43% from the floor. Here's Whitehead. He kicks it to AC. No good on the 3. And finished off by Kaminsky.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely. The dish to AC. To the paint. Here's Okafor. And the Nets miss again. Feeds it to Stone. Banked in off the glass. Stone's got 6 points in the quarter.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Stauskas, the pass to Whitehead. They set the pick. Chris, we've seen video review get introduced into the NBA and tweaked as we go along, refining it, polishing it off. And at this point, would you like to see video review expanded even further? Or do you think it's in a good spot where it stands right now?
I think it's in a good spot right now. I'm sure if I had time to think about it, there are areas in which you want to go to. But if you really think about it, I mean, the game is supposed to be a spur of the moment. It's supposed to be just players free-flowing and playing. And you don't want to make the game slower by going to the officiating video every single time. Right now, I don't think you should do it on charges and blocks, which is probably one of the most controversial calls in the game. I think where we have it now is good because it gives a balance, and right now we do not need the game to lengthen in any way. If anything, shorten, and I think adding anything more to refereeing and videos, I think would just make the game last long.
Kicks to AC, dishes it to Stauskas. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Bacon the pass to Zeller, over Okafor, and misses it off the right side of the rim. Net shooting has been dreadful lately, around 28% here in the fourth. A minute 42 left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Whitehead. And here's Harris from the arc. Good on the three-point shot.
And that's just too much space to give a shooter like him. He works to get open, but the defenders have to work harder to nullify that.
Good on the bucket. That's now 32 points for Cody Zeller.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Hornets.
Nope, their big advantage was points in the paint.
And they found a way to pound the ball inside, and that was working all game long.
And so taking a look at their season record, this will be win number 31 on the year.
And bragging rights between these teams were on the line today, and they put in some very good work to earn it.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Frank Kaminsky.
Well, the biggest impact he had was with his on-the-ball defense. Such quick hands. His steals added up to a lot of extra possessions.
They get it back.
Is it me, or does it just feel like he gets every rebound that comes up?
Oh, it's like he's a magnet to the ball. No matter where he goes, it finds him.
There's 48 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Now Harris. Over in the corner, AC. Here's Stauskas. Graham defending. Whitehead's shot is off. Charlotte calls timeout. They're up. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, your thoughts?
You know, this is a timeout maybe just so they can pat each other on the back because no other reason to call it.
My guess is that they're just trying to avoid some monumental breakdown after having dominated up to this point.
And now a moment to take a look at our Jordan Player of the Game.
And what an active set of hands he's had on him tonight. He's come up with several big steals and giving them some valuable extra possessions. And that energy on D is carried over to the other guys on the court. You can definitely count on that.
I don't know if they expected him to have this much of an impact, but the timing couldn't have been better. They had dropped two straight leading into this one and did not want to lose three in a row. And so it's Charlotte with it. Shot by Zeller, no good. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Whitehead, the feed to AC. And the Nets miss again. Zeller inside. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a three-point play opportunity.
Yeah, with this lead, that's probably going to do it. Fans heading for the exits.
Wow, this is just a huge road win. These guys banded together. Just an awesome performance.
One shot, gentlemen.
And the free throw, no good.
The younger brother of Tyler Zeller and former Suns big man Luke Zeller, Cody has a good chance to be the best of all three.
So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks very much. Dwight, coming off of the loss in the last game, what was the difference tonight?
You know, we got a good win tonight coming from a tough game last night. Started out strong. We just stuck with it. We stayed together, and we got a good win.
And a good performance on the second night of a back-to-back. Thanks, Dwight. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. See you next time.